Welcome back to another episode of Teen Mom Tuesday. Wow, this episode was something. Let's get into it. Chelsea and her fam went to Pride this episode. Looks like they had a blast. They were just celebrating love. It was such a fun family day. They got to set such a good example for their kids and just had a great day. They also got the offer they put on the land was accepted, so they are getting the land and they're going to build upon it. So that's so exciting for them, and I cannot wait to see that all unfold and how the whole process works out. Brianna. Okay, so Brianna and Chris, they do go to the DR for a little birthday celebration, also celebrating their 1 year together. Brianna is still a little iffy on what's going on with them. She is tired of doing long distance. She's kind of over it. She wants him to move down, maybe move in together. But you can see as they're, vacationing and she's, kind of talking, so what's next, He's kind of talking about the future in such a vague way. Maybe someday, he can't really envision it. And you can see that maybe it led me to believe he doesn't really think there's a future with them because he couldn't really talk about the future in a normal kind of way you might. It was just very, very vague, like it was such a distant thing of anything changing. So that was very telling in this episode. But they did go to the Dominican Republic. Looks like they had a blast and it was really fun. So that was nice to see as well. Leah. So this episode, Leah's segment was actually mostly about her sister. So remember when they all went to Costa Rica? Well, her sister actually hooked up with a Costa Rican and she's now pregnant. And then her sister actually gets really scared because she starts not feeling well and having cramps. She thinks, am I having a miscarriage? Like she had miscarriage before. But they went to the doctor. There is a heartbeat, normal. So far the baby seems healthy, has a heartbeat. And Leah said she is hoping for a boy because they mostly just have girls in their family now. So we will see what happens. Kale. Okay. So Kale tells us that during the reunion, during that weekend, that Javi tried to come to her hotel room at 6 o'clock in the morning and try to hook up with her. I know, crazy. Anyways, so Lauren and Javi are out vacationing and he actually proposes. And it's funny because one of her producer comes up and is like, did you see Javi and Lauren got engaged? She's like, yeah, I knew it was happening. But he's been cheating on her since she was pregnant. So there's all of that drama that's unfolding with them. We'll see where this goes. Okay, let's talk about Jade. Okay, so she moved in with her boyfriend. They've been nonstop fighting, right? She decides she can't do this. She needs to move out. She actually finds drug paraphernalia and used condoms in the trash. And she was just like, I'm done. I'm leaving. They, of course, got in a huge fight. She leaves. She moves out. But she actually has all her stuff there and, he took the keys. There was a huge fight. She can't really go back. Not only does she have all her personal belongings there, she also has her gun there. So now she's like, okay, he's using drugs. My gun's in the house. I don't really feel comfortable going over there and getting my stuff. So she ends up calling the police and kind of having a police escort, 2 police escorts. And her mom comes and her whole family so they can move all her stuff out, right? But then the police are like, okay, this is an emergency situation. You need to grab your necessities, right? And then there's all this craziness and fighting and right. And then the cops are like, and then right when she walks in, Jade, she kind of just freaks out. She's maybe having a panic attack and she just passes out, right? So, she's like, they're taking her outside to get some fresh air. And then their family's like trying to move all of her stuff and like taking furniture, like taking everything, right? And then the cops were like, this is like an emergency situation. We are here to escort you to get your necessities. Like your furniture, it's not really like a necessity. So, if you want to sit here and move all your stuff all day, you can go call the civil sheriff and then they can sit here while you move all your stuff out. And then they just go wild. Like the mom's getting upset, Jade's getting upset, everyone's freaking out, and they're just like, it's my house. And they're like, yeah, but you called us because you weren't comfortable going in there. Now we're here, get what you need, but you got 5 minutes. So that was just like a whole scene and a half. The mom gets upset, they leave, she gets some of her stuff, but really not all that she wants. Honestly, her grandfather was the voice of reason in all this. We've not seen him until this episode. He was the one that's like, hey, I'll call the civil sheriff, like we can do this later, but like right now, just like cooperate and just like go. Because there was so much hostility. I mean, freaking Sean's yelling from like upstairs, everything's going on. I mean, it was wild. It was wild. So she did not end up getting all of her stuff in this episode. That's kind of was like the cliffhanger where it left off. So there might be more. We're not really sure when she's going to get all her stuff or what's going to happen, but we'll find out. So a lot of drama in this episode, as you can see. Some of the people who weren't shown as much during this episode are the people who are doing really well, and sometimes that makes me a little sad. It's like, okay, Chelsea had like such short parts because like everything's all like great with them. There's not a lot of drama. And then somebody like, Jade, who is a newer character, she actually got a lot of screen time this episode because there was only drama. But anyways, comment below what you think about the episode. Put in your 2 cents. Let's have a discussion. And I just want to end the video with one thing I'm grateful for. Today, I would like to express how grateful I am for caffeine. Sometimes I just need an energy drink, a cup of coffee, or 2 to get me through the day, and it just makes my life better. And I am just really grateful that I have caffeine in my life. Bye! Bye! Bye!